Holy shit, I just watched the second episodes of Love Stage, Hanayamata, and Blue Spring Ride, and I'm going to talk about them all really quickly. First off, Love Stage, still adorable, fun, I like it. It's funny, it's cute. So far, I still don't really entirely know where it's going to go in terms of the way the plot unfolds, because the first two episodes are sort of like a miniature arc to kick off where the story is heading, but the main character guy is just really likable. It was definitely interesting to see how the guy who was in love with him under the pretense that he was a girl, upon finding out that he's a guy, completely changes his story, which is not something that I think happens a lot in shows like this. Usually it turns out that the fact that it's a guy, like, doesn't matter or something. They'll be like, oh, even better, you're a guy. Or there's just, like, almost implied that there is no sexuality, like, there's no different sexualities in this world, just everyone's bisexual kind of thing. You get that a lot in shows like this, but in this particular case, it was definitely like, so far both guys are painted as straight, or at least they seem to be so far. They haven't really specified their sexuality, but the main guy loves Daradudu, the magical girl, and the other guy is completely offended finding out that it's a guy that he's in love with. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Are they both gonna just learn something about their sexuality, or what's gonna happen there? I want to know. Up next, Hanayamata episode 2. I feel bad about it, but I'm gonna drop it. And the reason is that the show, it's cute, but it's not that fun, and it's just kinda too much. See, I used to watch a lot of shows like this. A lot of these, like, small group of girls who's in a club usually, or just doing fun things, and just their casual, everyday comedy life thing. Like Hidamari Sketch, or Lucky Star, or K-On!, or I could go on forever listing shows like that. But there's sort of different kinds. There's ones that are more comedy oriented, like Lucky Star is almost always in comedy mode. But with some of the shows like K-On!, or even Aria, the animation, where they go for more of like a comedic / slice of life thing, but then they'll have these poignant moments. These little moments that really grab at you and, like, resonate with the viewer. And those moments are really what make those shows special, that they can be funny and cute and slice of life, but then have these deeper moments, and that's what makes it a well-rounded experience. That's what makes K-On! Such an amazing show, is that it manages to be so well-rounded between its two seasons. And Hanayamata feels like they just took those dramatic moments, the ones where the characters get really sincere, and they made that the whole show. And the problem with that is that it's not well-rounded. Those moments don't stick out. It's just always like that. The characters are always, like, on the verge of tears about everything, taking everything way too seriously. And it's like too much of an attempt to be sincere ends up feeling just hammy and insincere, like they're just trying too hard. It doesn't work for me. I've never found it funny. There's nothing that makes me laugh. There's nothing that's just relaxing or cute. Like, even though the characters themselves are cute, the moments aren't really cute. And I think the art style kind of does it a disservice, because the art style is, like, so detailed and gorgeously colored, but it doesn't fit with the idea of, like, a happy-go-lucky cute girls doing cute things show, you know? Like, K-On! Was, like, just the right line of where the characters looked doughy and sort of just, like, simplistic, and yet also were animated really well. The world around them was animated really well, and so it felt real, but at the same time, it felt like it could just be a cutesy girl, you know, show where when a character's face transforms into some other face, then it still feels right in the context of the show. In this show, it feels weird when their faces, like, transform into the cutesy faces and everything, when the rest of their design is so, like shiny and pretty. It's just an odd tone for the visuals and the dialogue are conveying a different tone or something like that. I don't know what it is. The show is off-putting to me. It just doesn't work somehow. I mean, I think it's still a good show. I think there's plenty of people who won't have these problems, or even if they do, they could probably still watch it and enjoy it. I could definitely see Shade loving this show. but for me it just doesn't click right, and I don't want to keep watching it because I have plenty of other cute shows. I've got Nozaki-kun, I've got Barakamon, I've got Sabagebu. I'm fine on cute shows about girls doing cute things. And lastly, Blue Spring Ride. This show, I'm still watching it and I still think it's good, and it's a weird case where I don't know how much I enjoy Blue Spring Ride. It's not really my kind of show. It's a shoujo drama. It's very slowly paced. It's very straightforward. There's not too much going on, but it's just it's not exciting. Like if this was like Kare Kano, aka His and Her Circumstances, that's like this kind of show done really, really well. Like this kind of characterization, this kind of plot, and that's a show, like I'd rather go rewatch that than watch Blue Spring Ride, but at the same time, the second episode had some good melodrama, it had some good dialogue, the characters seem okay. Maybe if I cared more about the characters, like if the guy who so far is just an asshole, if he gets some legitimate development, at some point, that would be nice. Maybe if it has fewer serious moments and a little bit more comedy to sort of lighten the load of all the melodrama, that would be nice. But I mean, I don't have any real complaints about what's there. I just wish there was more to it. I wish it was more dense, more like His and Her Circumstances with more going on. And I think that would really sort of sweeten the pot there. But for now, I'll keep watching it until the point where I get bored and stop. Or if it gets better, then I'll obviously keep watching it. But yeah, for now, that's my opinion. And I'll see you in the next one.